You're on.
Hey guys, welcome back to Running with the Wolves. I'm Christian and this is Dustin. We'll be your guys' host today. We're here to bring you guys everything to do in the athletics world, everything from the UTMB 100 miler all the way down to high school athletics. And we're hoping we can give a great first podcast to you guys. And on to Dustin to what we're going to cover today.
Alright, so guys, this is our celebrity guest for the first episode, Edward Kemboi, the 2015 800-meter champion, indoor and outdoor of the NCAA, and Big 12 champion. Runs for the Kenyan national team now and runs with High Performance West Athletics in San Diego. So welcome, Ed.
Thank you. So to make it, I want to clear something fast because in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm not going to be part of High Performance West. So I'm making like adjustment of moving to another club and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not part of High Performance West anymore. So yeah.
Okay. So today we're going to discuss your career. We're going to talk a little about the college season coming up. Talk a little bit about high school coming up, because high school's starting up, or has started up. Dropped some fast times already. A little bit about Mo Farah's career and retirement, looking back on that, and discuss Chicago and Berlin marathons, the big fall marathons, and then a little bit about David Torrance to finish up, remembering him. He's a great athlete.
Yeah, so I guess first collegiate season. Yeah, we're coming back into the swing of things. You go to Flagler, I go to Liberty, and Ed just finished his college career not too long ago. So I guess the first thing we should ask is, Ed, in your opinion, coming into this collegiate season, who do you think, ranking in the 800 meter being your specialty, who would you like to pick as possibly being an NCAA future champion for the season?
Well, I have two guys in mind, but I don't know like if they're just gonna go bro or no. But my first pick is gonna be like Isaiah Harris from Penn State.
Okay, yeah.
I agree.
And then next guy's gonna be like Michael Cerrone from UTEP. You remember?
Yep.
Because what's the name? Emmanuel Correa just turned professional, so he's not gonna be in college anymore. So Isaiah Harris or Michael Cerrone.
Okay, yeah, and Isaiah Harris just had a really good season coming off of the World Championship team for the USA. Made it all the way to the semifinal, which was awesome. Put on a stellar performance. So it'll be interesting to watch the battle. Mid distance is always something that's been pretty intense for the United States. And it's always a good race. Ever since, especially with Donovan Brazier, 2 years ago, breaking the collegiate record with a 1:43, which is great to watch. So hopefully we'll have some good distance and mid distance guys coming in the future. So personally, I think the two big next stars, in my opinion, for distance. Is Justin Knight and Grant Fisher in their 5K. They both are having crushing seasons. So and hopefully they'll come through. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be a good battle in the 5K and 10K. And then Patrick Tiernan just left. But in your opinion, what event do you think for NCAA outdoors will be your favorite to watch competitiveness wise?
Well, I would say like a 5K, you know?
Okay.
Because based on what you say about like Justin Knight and Grant Fisher, Justin already has like experience of racing, you know? He's already like world championship qualifier. I mean, he was in the final, you know? So I'm pretty sure like in his mind he knows like what's good like for an athlete to make his name. He already made a name, you know? I mean, for Canadian team and everything. So I would say 5K because everybody's looking after, what's the name? Justin Knight, you know? Like all the media is just going to be talking about him. And for him to maintain that name, he has to do what it takes to be on top, you know?
Yeah. No, you're right. He definitely has that experience and that edge of knowledgeableness now. So he'll come into the season probably as number one pick, and the media will be all over him. What about you, Dustin? What's your picks for the 5K and just the outdoor season this year?
I'm gonna say Knight wins the 5K this year. He's not gonna let what happened last year happen, where they ran 14:30 for an NCAA championship, walked to the first mile at 4:45, I believe it was. I believe he's got experience after being in the World Championships. if it goes out slow the first mile, I believe that he will drive home for 2.1 to um, win it, basically.
Yeah, that'll be good. Well, I think that's a good segue into another professional man. Justin Knight just came off of his 5K at the World Championships, where he competed against the very famous and the amazing 10 global title man, Mo Farah. Back in 2008, the guy couldn't even get out of the semifinal and changed his training up, and now, 10 global titles to his name, and came off of that great last World Outdoor season. So, I guess, Ed, probably more for you than anybody, you being a professional runner, what's it like to look up to these athletes that have done so well and watching what they do in their training? Like, does it give you any inspiration or motivation? Do you look at their training styles and attach it to your own?
Well, for me, every time when I compete with top athletes, I just want to be just put myself in a position whereby I don't have to to worry a lot. I'm still like upcoming athlete. I don't call myself like elite athlete yet because I haven't done something that will catch somebody's attention, like a lot of people attention. But it's kind of motivation for me because being on the line with somebody like Mo Farah or Mark Sandowitz, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So every time when you race, I had a chance to pace Mo Farah and what's the name again? Mark Sandowitz, and then for some reasons I feel like it was my best experience ever. So technically, I still remember I was on the line, and then Mo Farah came to me because I was a pacemaker, and he was like, "Hey, I need you to do well, okay? So for you to do well, I need you to maintain the 57s because I was supposed to do 800. 1200 on 252, and that's 57ish. And then when you came to me and you was like, "Hey, I trust you, you can do it," And I was like, if somebody like Mo Farah is just telling me "Hey, I know you can do it," it came to my mind "Hey, if this guy trusts me, I need to trust myself," So technically, every time when I went there, I was somebody I would say Olympic development athlete, elite yet, When you talk with those kind of people, "Hey, I have a bright future," It's about just trusting yourself. So it's not "Hey, I know I'm gonna do it," You're not gonna say "I'm gonna do it" without putting in work, You have to work for it. Somebody I still remember that time when Mo Farah came to me, I was like, is he really talking to me,
Yeah.
And it's giving me advice I trust you, I know you can do it. And then at the end of the race, he came back to me and was like, congratulations, you did well, And I was like, oh, you know what? Next time, I'm just gonna do better than that one, And then when I came back home, I was like, wow, a lot of people are just giving me I got some random text on Snapchat, Instagram, whatever, "Hey, what did Mo Farah tell you?" I was like, "Hey, he told me "Hey, I trust you, man. You can do it, right?" I was like, "I know I can do it, I came back home, and guess what? I put a lot of work in. Every time before I go to bed, I was like, Mo Farah gave me an advice you can do it. And that was a 1500-meter race. It wasn't my race, but somebody believed in me, and I was like, oh, if somebody can believe in me, I need to be better than that,
Right.
At the end of the season, I was doing well because I got a motivation from somebody who doesn't even know me,
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
It's
so cool.
Yeah.
And then back to this season, I guess, is coming past season you came off of. How was competing in the Summertown Track Series?
Well, Chapter Summer Series, technically, it was the most exciting race. Series for me because I raced twice because the good thing was almost 90% of those athletes in Summer Series, 800-meter field, I knew them and I've competed with them before,
Mm-hmm.
So I know everybody because every time before I go or before I race, I have to study people, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like a start list and then figure out like somebody's PR, season first and stuff like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And every time like that, I still remember it was important, and then I knew everybody was like, well, everybody was like a 145,
Yeah.
and like 144 from like USS and stuff.
Yeah.
And I knew like I didn't have like what's it called? I didn't have a chance to win or like whatever, but I knew I was ready to compete. That's the main goal. Like every time I go to the field or the track, I know it's my time to compete. I don't go there just to win it. I want to compete, you know?
Yeah.
So because like I'm not gonna go to a field where I'm just gonna win and I run like a 148, you know?
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of people usually say like winning, you know, you just have to win. But sometimes winning with a 148, 150, that's nothing in like
Yeah.
professional level, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, so when I get in track and summer series, I know I had to compete, you know?
Yeah. How fun was
And-
it being on a team though with Philadelphia?
No, it was New York City. So
Oh, you were on New York.
yeah, I was in New York and I was like, wow, this is it. You know, I got picked like second round and I was like, wow, you know what? Like I said, like when I got picked again and then talked with Mofa, I got a lot of motivation. You know, I was like, hey,
Yeah.
if I can get picked like second from nowhere, I didn't even know I was gonna get picked like second. You know, and then I was like, this is my time. You know,
Yeah. Exactly.
with a lot of workouts. Like I trust myself. I went to bed early, eat some bad food, which I've been eating a lot. You know, stay away from trouble. I'm not gonna go like crazy stuff. You know.
Mhm.
So summer series was a kind of like a build up for me, you know, and I feel like after track time summer series, my life have changed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that you made that jump, that next step.
Yeah, I made like really jump, and then I wanna use that as motivation like every time, you know. So technically, I already set a bar like really high, so I need to do better than that. So if I can, because I was training by myself like the whole year, the last 2 years it's been just me.
Yeah.
And I just ran a 144 by myself.
Yeah.
And I was even coached remotely. I was doing everything by myself, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, hey, I'm not gonna be part of high performances because I'm gonna be coached remotely, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I need some group of people to push me. So right now, that's why I'm trying to figure out like what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go home, talk with my family, and see what's best for me.
Awesome. So I think the next step for you, you said you're going back to Kenya in 3 days.
Yes.
Now that you're going back, you're going to Eldoret. You have a newfound inspiration coming off your track on summer series. So now that you have new skills, you've been there, you've been to a good race. It's hard and fast and quick. You paced from Oak Fair in that sense. Who do you plan, if you plan to train with athletes there? Will you feel more comfortable now that you've come off this big season training with, possibly like athletes, being from Kenya, there's so many great athletes there. And what's kind of like going to be your takeaway going back home, and what's your future goals for going to Kenya and your camp there?
Well, after track down summer series, like for some reason I was trying like top 10 in a while, and then I had like Kenyan friends, they're like 800-meter guys too, and then to be honest, I don't know what happened to Kenyan mid-distance this year, especially 800, they didn't do well.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody ran like a 143 or something, just, I don't know, so like everybody was like, hey, how did you run a 144 and where, I know them, somebody like Alfred Kikera, that's like a 143 guy,
Yeah.
Abraham Kipchirchir, like those are kind of people I'm going to train with right now. I mean, I already sent a text, we just talk on the phone and everything. I'm just going to be training with 2 143 guys and 2 144 guys in Eldoret, which is, it's called like Mosoriot, which is 16 kilometers away from Eldoret town.
Yeah.
On your way to Kapsabet, I mean, I know them. So right now we're just gonna go and form a group which is going to be like big time, you know.
Yeah.
Which I mean, they have a code right there, and I feel like I fit in that group, you know. Even though like I'm gonna go for some time and then come back to States because I'm preparing for indoors next year.
Yeah.
We don't have indoors in Kenya. The only times like US and Europe, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a lot of opportunities here in the US. I can get to any mates, you know.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows my name. If I send an email, I'm just gonna be in a meet, you know.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. So right now, I'm just gonna go and train those guys and see what's gonna happen next year.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for giving us a little insight into your life. And I think a lot of our viewers for this first one are going to be friends of ours who are collegiate athletes and are good friends of ours who are runners. And so hearing what your plans are, how you've gotten there, what your plans for the future are is definitely inspiring to them. And so I guess to segue a little bit, big race coming up and with a big announcement. The marathon in Berlin, we're going to have Wilson Kipsang, and then we're going to have on top of that Eliud Kipchoge, who ran the 2-hour marathon, specialized by Nike. And then we've heard that Kenenisa Bekele is going to be in the mix now too. So we're going to have 3 powerhouses going at it. And I guess Dustin, since obviously wearing the Boston Strong marathon T-shirt. And you being from Kenya and having 2 Kenyan athletes in there, how do you see the race playing out? Do you think it'll be fast? Do you think that they could get closer to the 2-hour mark now that they've come off with new tactics from that big play Nike made? Or do you think that Kenenisa Bekele, who hasn't been racing too much lately, do you think he has a chance to snake the win away?
Well, from my point of view, it's going to be fast.
Okay.
Yeah, because based on the field, it sounds like it's gonna be fast. Eliud Kipchoge wants a world record, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson Kipsang is talking about a world record, you know. But under the Kenenisa Bekele, it's gonna be right there, no matter what. And he has like a 5K, 10K like background. Even Eliud Kipchoge has like a 5K, 10K background, Wilson Kipsang is the lone guy, like he just grew up doing like a marathon,
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's gonna try and run away from this guy,
Okay.
You saw like Eliud Kipchoge too, like at the 2-hour Nike whatever thing, he was just going for it. He wanted to do it, So if you combine the 2 guys, Wilson and Kipchoge, it's gonna be like brutal,
Oh yeah.
But Kenenisa is not gonna let them go too. So it's gonna be like a 3 hours race for everybody's. I wanna win this, and the only way to win is just running fast.
So to get Dustin's thoughts on that too, before just to let our viewers know, Kenenisa Bekele is a 10K world record holder with a very fast time, 5K world record holder. Eliud Kipchoge is the 2-hour marathon man. And he also comes off
in history in the
5K. Also very fast 10K and 5K times back in his track career. And William Kipsang is mostly a marathon guy, but he has had the world record and he has run very fast times very consistently over his career. So kind of get your thoughts on that too, Dustin, being a marathon observer and watcher and studying of the sport.
From what it looks like as an outsider right now, Kipsang has run very fast. He's run under 2:04 a few times, I believe. Kipchoge has run 2 hours and 25 seconds, whether it be legal or not. He's run 2 hours and 25 seconds. That's 4:37 for 26.2. You can't talk that down enough. He's run 4:37 for 26.2 miles. Kenenisa Bekele has run 2:03:03, 6 seconds off the world record. He's probably got the most speed out of the guys. He's, I believe, the same age as Eliud Kipchoge, and Kipsang's about the same age. So they both track guys still have got some speed in their legs, and they definitely can go fast. I believe Kenenisa will probably run about 25 miles with them and fall off in the last mile, and I believe it will be between Kipsang and Kipchoge. I believe that they will run 2:02 mid to low and maybe get under 2:02, and the world record will be broken. but I don't see anyone beating Eliud Kipchoge right now with the form he's in at all.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting race. It's nice to finally have a marathon where we're, going to have three powerhouses. I think the last real big marathon, in my opinion, was the 2016 Olympic race. That was crazy. Had athletes from all over the world. Galen Rupp made his debut for the USA, and he'll be in the Chicago Marathon coming up, which will be interesting to watch him in. But it's good to have Berlin, which is always a fast course, many world records, and we're going to have three real fast powerhouses running the race, so it'll be just great to watch. So.
Yeah, and speaking of Chicago, what are you guys thinking of on Chicago? What do you think Rupp does? His PR now, I believe, is 2:08, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's 2:08. And he definitely can go faster. He's been training with Salazar a very long time now, and he definitely has his feet set in where he needs to be. What do you guys think he can do? I'm thinking 2:07 high, 2:06 high, maybe.
Well, I'm thinking, not sure. I mean, Chicago, it's so windy and it's a flat coast,
Yeah.
So I would say maybe sub 206.
Sub 2:06, that'd be...
Yeah, it's going to be fast. If he does, literally, if he really goes for it, it's going to be like sub 206 for my, I'm not sure, but I'm just going to try.
Mm-hmm.
In case, I'm not sure, but just giving a bit of help.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Christian?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. He's had a great 10K and 5K career. It's kind of fallen off in the last few years, but he's going to have a real power play, obviously, in the marathon with the speed he has under his legs, and he's shown definitely dominant performances. Even Eliud Kipchoge, after the race, said he is going to have a bright future in the marathon. So hopefully he will be able to run a very fast time. Hopefully it'll be quick, and hopefully we can get, honestly, just a good, honest race out of him. Not having too many marathoners now from the USA in recent years. So hopefully he'll come well, and hopefully he'll run some decently fast time.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, that's for sure. So I think we're pretty much getting ready to wrap up.
We still got to talk about Mo Farah and David Torrance.
Yeah. So guys, we want to give a shout out to our hero Mo Farah. Me and Dustin have been watching him forever. He's definitely my inspiration. Ed has actually gotten to pace for the great man himself, and so it's been honestly a great career, and we're glad he can go into a version of retirement. Hopefully he'll definitely have some road races left in him. And then so basically first, before we talk about David Torrance, we'll just for some announcements. This is our first interview, and Ed has been an amazing guest, guys. So follow him on Instagram and social media. He's going to be a big star in the future. He's gonna go for that world record in the 800, going home to train, and he's amazing, guys. And we'll plug him in when we put the video on. We'll put links in the description where you guys can follow him, reach out to him, show him some love and support. And so next week we are going to try to have an interviewer every week. I've reached out to Colleen Quigley, and she looks to be our next person we're interviewing. She's the USA steeplechaser coming up. Graduated from the Florida State University, has her own online program now, and she's looking to be an amazing future USA athlete. So this is being our first interview and podcast. We're down with minimal supplies, but we've been reached out from other people at our own schools and some organizations that are going to help beef us up and make this a big thing so that we can bring everything and anything to you guys about athletics and just show you the love that this sport brings to so many people. And we are just so thankful that you guys tuned into this and for becoming wolves for our podcast. And with that said, I will leave it to Dustin to take us off.
All right, well, thanks, guys, for everything. It's been a great episode so far, and hopefully there's definitely more to come. Thank you to Ed, a good friend of mine, for helping me out this first interview here on here. Thank you to Christian, obviously, for helping with this idea, coming up with it with me, the little brainchild of the two of us for the last year. It's been great to be able to do this, and I'm excited for the future, and I'll be excited to have you on again sometime soon, Ed, once you're back from Kenya, of course.
Absolutely. Probably like in 2 or 3 months I'll be back.
All right.
Amazing. And I guess we should just want to shout out our condolences to David Torrance, a beautiful man in the USA running community and even in his home country. He unfortunately passed away a few days ago. They found him in the bottom of a swimming pool. He was a very fast man. He gave it everything he had out there. Hoka 1-1 competitor, and he had truly touched the hearts of many people in the running community. So we give our condolences and our prayers to his family and to the running community that has lost a beautiful human being. So we send our love that way. With that said, thank you guys for this episode, our first episode, hopefully many to come, like Dustin said. And with that said, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Oh, absolutely, anytime.
Okay.
Catch us on the flip side.